Today, I'm going to talk about make your own stitch patterns in TurtleStitch. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Yeah. And in TurtleStitch, we already have some stitch types for users, and in that platform, users used to generally the program like logo in logo style code, and if they want to make custom patterns, stitch patterns, it's difficult for them to do that. So I made a library. It's called Geometry Library, Geometry Blocks Library, for them to make their own stitch patterns. This is the Geometry Library. You can see every block, there is a ring input in every block. The geometry blocks, they draw a shape themselves. And so how does this lambda input U? How does it work? So they can be nested together to make complicated patterns. So the basic principle of a geometry block is to draw a shape, a fold line, or arc, or some other shapes. The secret is it keeps the direction. It keeps the direction, and it uses the shape it draws to take the place of the stitch. It should be there. You can see the red dashed line. Usually it's a plain stitch. As we embroidery, we from one point to another point, the needles move from one point to another point, makes a stitch. It's a line segment. And the blocks in the geometry libraries, they do draw a shape too, but they keep the direction. So that's a little bit different from the logo. In the logo, you draw arc, it's always heading to the last segment. And for a logo program, we use move, arc, and we do have the same blocks in the geometry libraries. The move block by 10 means the stitch length is 10 steps. And if you put a fold line block into that move block, you can see the shall I say it's those spikes or the fold lines take the place of the line segment. So that's the custom stitch type itself. Every geometry block can make a custom stitch type for the users. And for arc block, it also can, it can be nested. The block can be nested to draw a different stitch style, different from the stitch types from the platform. We can make a new stitch type. And we also can specify the line segment of the arc by just running stitch. And the circle block, it has a yin, means you can make a circle and draw regular shapes from the circle block. A triangle, square, and a hexagon. If you the yin input, you put 3, 4, or 6 in the yin input. And the style, they all have a style. And we have several arc blocks. The first two are the traditional logo arc, and I add a style import to the traditional logo arc block. This is how we use them. We use a circle. If we have 5 in import, draw draws it's not a star. It draw a 5 sides, regular 5 side polygon. So if we put a fold line into the style import, and we have random width, it can draw a irregular star. This is one purpose of the geometry blocks. There are 2 purposes for this library. The one purpose is to compose complicated shapes by this way. It's something like fractal. The fractal, the small scale and the large scale, it shows the same. But by this way, by those blocks, you can make them different on different layers. This is something like sunshine, and the circle makes it 36 line segments of the circle, and every line segment was replaced by a fold line, and the fold line is a random width, and you can put a move. This could be substituted by a running stitch block. And now we can focus on how we use this method, replacement method, to make complicated flowers. And another purpose of this library is to make custom stitches. This zigzag block is the primitive block of the TurtleStitch platform. If you use this block, you can see you make a arc, you can make a circle with this zigzag stitch. And we can also use our own block, in the geometry libraries, this arc with a fold line. That's a slight difference between the 2 methods. I will talk about it later. And I told you, every geometry library, the block in the geometry libraries, a stitch type itself. You see, we have a wall. You put a wall in the arc 368 degrees, and it makes a circle with, those wall, I call it wall, takes the place of a plain stitch, takes the place of a line segment. And and the line segment, the length of the line segment can be specified by the running stitch. I think if every block we put a block into the style, it will be very, confusing. It will be awesome. So we have another control block run with custom stitch. So you just put a bar into this control block, and you don't need to put the stitch type block into every block inside this control block. And it's so for students, they feel very confused when I ask them to use a ring. So in fact, for a custom stitch style, it need not to put a ring. So I have some examples in our platform in this library. A diamond stitch, square stitch. I'll show you. Can you see my screen? If you load the library, now you can, in the embroidery category, you will see some new block. Those blocks are they don't have the the ring import. It's examples for the students. This is a square stitch. You know, you can imagine from the center of the here and move to the endpoint, and it draws two squares. And if you put it in this script, so now you can see we draw the flower with a custom stitch. You can see the inside the block. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. You just the length is the line. The length is the line segment you want to replace the length, and then you draw anything, any path you like, as your stitch style, stitch pattern. So keep in mind, the direction. You should keep the direction when you finish drawing the path. It should be the direction of the line segment. I always say it's a vector. It's a vector. So this is another custom stitch. We call it a theme flat stitch. In this block, the students need to know some sine cosine knowledge to do that. So I also teach them some mathematics knowledge to finish this work. The star is you can try. The star is another very easy pattern. It's pretty easy. You can see the code. Repeat. No. Remember, move the length at the last step. Yeah. Wait. No. So if you want to test, if you success in making a new stitch type, you just click it continuously to see if it can be linked to each other and draw a straight line. If it works, so congratulations, you make one. So we change this. We use another new pattern, the star pattern, stitch pattern, to draw the flower. So why why should I do this to my students? Because logo. They are in my school. I teach them 2 years of TurtleStitch. In the first school year, they learn a lot of traditional logo programming skills, and they draw the book from Princess Solomon, and the book. We have the book, a logo book. So we do a lot of logo things. And the second school year, I think I should teach them more knowledge about Snap. Anyway, the TurtleStitch is based on Snap. So I need my students to learn more Snap things, but the rings are, for them, it's difficult to learn the high order function things. So why do I make this program, the library? So I think they need a bridge from the traditional logo programs to Snap programs, if they are interested in Snap. So I do this library for them to use the rings before they understand it better. They can use it. They can know why. There's a ring. The ring, what does the ring do? In their opinion, the rings in my blocks is a stitch style, a stitch pattern. So you can see this rabbit. This is done by one of my students. You can imagine it's something, the pattern here, it's fold line with random width. It's not difficult. Yeah, she just make a block to move. Yeah, she can directly put the fold line block into the arc and the move blocks. And she can also do a new stitch, the green new stitch pattern block. And I share this in this. Okay. So I think I spent all my time.